is about that time, guys. Grapple Chat, the Raw review for Raw July the 30th, 2018. And right off the bat, I gotta say, what's up to everybody in chat? And also, Katana with the donation. KatanaPwnzAll is one of the best in the world, and he donated $1 through Super Chat. Those are independent from each other. You're one of the best in the world as it is, man. But on top of that, thank you so much coming through. Katana takes down the legit boss, who was Finish. I think it was Finish, actually. Yeah, Finish held on all through Monday Night Raw, but Katana said, let's get this thing started off right. So, Katana, you are the new legit boss, which means you get to choose another superstar, actually, in the Rumble that's happening, guys. If you don't know about this, it is probably one of the most hype Rumbles to ever be played in WWE 2K18. I will be uploading the results to YouTube, but I'd love if you guys would get over to my Twitch channel and watch it live. It is gonna be awesome. KatanaPwnzAll. All right, so Katana, you have a choice of whatever superstar you would like to represent you. Read you off a list of them in just a minute. Let me get started with the review, though. Maybe just keep some of them in line. Keep some of them in mind, actually. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I see Meatball Anime. I see WWE Champ. I see Braun Bowden. I see KatanaPwnzAll, of course. I see Finish Hype King in the chat. Buck Nasty Gaming, of course. Who else? I gotta scroll up, man. There's a lot of messages from people in here. Thank you everybody for joining me here with the Grapple Chat. I'll give you guys my rundown of it, man. Brock Lesnar was here. Brock Lesnar was here. Brock Lesnar was here. Dude, Brock was in the building. Sitting on a couch reading some magazines most of the time, but I think it was the same magazine. Let's get into this. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is a live review show. That's why you're seeing the chat next to me, so you guys can also be part of this if you're ever watching Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, a pay-per-view, 205 Live, these type of things. Normally I'm going to have a review that's going to go up about 15 minutes after, but it's not just going to be a review. It's actually a live review where you can stop by and give me your opinion, ask me my opinion about stuff, see the recap if you missed some of Raw or you were at work or whatever. It's just a great situation. So thank you for joining me, guys. So let's get started. The show starts off with Monday Night Raw coming on the air, Roman Reigns coming out, and an intense chorus of boos as normally expected. But Roman, he takes the mic. He's not just out there to fight somebody. He says this.
I said a lot of different things about Bobby Lashley, but after going to war with him a couple times, I can honestly say I respect Bobby Lashley. And that's a lot more than I can say for Brock Lesnar, because I have absolutely zero respect for that fool.
I have zero respect for that fool. That fool.
The guy never shows up. He never has time to actually come to work, but oddly, he has plenty of time to show up to the UFC. He has plenty of time to walk up in that octagon, get in Daniel Cormier's face and run his mouth. But Brock is here tonight, and I guarantee you one thing, Miami. Brock will not come up in my yard, get up in my face, and run his mouth up in here.
People were like, yeah, am I cheering for Roman Reigns? Wait a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, boy. Paul Heyman.
Forgive me, Mr. Reigns. My client has authorized me to offer you his most profound congratulations for your victory last week over Bobby Lashley, ensuring you a title opportunity against the Beast at SummerSlam. But you can mark my words, Roman Reigns. This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. At SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar is going to put down the big dog and go on to UFC and become a two-sport champion.
Just shut up, Paul.
Just shut up, Paul.
We don't care about anything you have to say. We're here to see Brock Lesnar, so bring him out here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bring him out here.
my client, Brock Lesnar, is here right now in the American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida.
Walrus.
And he is
He's a
sitting
walrus.
in the comfort of his luxurious
Paul Cobblepot.
locker room, and he will come out here when he feels like it.
Oh. And this was the
I'm not
ongoing
done yet.
storyline tonight.
And if, only if, he feels like coming out.
Yup. Boo. And Boo is right. Because that, like I was just saying, was the ongoing drama, the ongoing storyline of this evening. And I was here. I mean, I am here. Look, I'm at Monday Night Raw, guys. You see the ring behind me? They let me actually set up my stuff here. Not let me. I told them I'd be setting up my stuff here. So I'm doing this review live from Monday Night Raw, guys. Oh, gosh, man. So the ongoing storyline is Brock Lesnar is backstage reading a magazine. I'm not kidding, guys. He's reading a magazine, and Kurt Angle gives Paul Heyman the ultimatum. He says, hey, you bring out Brock Lesnar tonight, or you're fired. Or you're fired, Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman's like, oh, geez. His money matters to him. So Paul Heyman's like, okay. So he goes backstage to plead, to beg and plead with Brock Lesnar. So we leave that on hold for now. Our first actual match of the night comes with Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin in a not so bad match. It went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. The memorable moments here were mostly just how brutal Baron Corbin is with Finn. I was rooting the whole time and just hoping so badly. I just hoped that Baron Corbin would beat up Finn Balor so badly that it would cause Finn Balor to just need the Demon again, so we would see the Demon at SummerSlam. Because last time we saw the Demon was because somebody just brutalized Finn Balor too much. Like I think it was when they poured that red stuff on him. I think it was supposed to be blood, but they couldn't say it was blood. I think that was the last time we actually saw the Demon. So I was hoping that Baron Corbin would just push it to the limit here and really just dig deep and destroy Finn Balor and wipe that smile off his face, man. It's not that I want him to not smile. It's just I want him to to bring the Demon. You know what would be cool is if Finn Balor, he actually is going crazy, and that's why he's smiling. The Demon is taking control behind the scenes so much that he's just going crazy, and so he's always happy-go-lucky and smiling because the Demon is making him think that everything's all right, and he's just gonna show up or something. Do something, man. Finn Balor is he's too good, and the Demon is too good of a gimmick for us to not be seeing it anywhere. My goodness. Ay. All right, hang on. We're gonna time you out because this is a review show. You're not supposed to come up in here and just completely tell everybody what happened on the show. This is I'm doing a review here, so just chill, all right? Chill. I'm doing the recap. It's gonna be fine, man. You got about 600 seconds to think of. Oh, 300 seconds. You got 300 seconds. Could be worse. Could be 600. So Baron Corbin actually gets the win here. He does the end of days to Finn Balor. The Finn of days. The Finn of days. Hit him with just a fresh one too. Just took him off his feet, dropped him right on his face, and gets the 1-2-3. Just a clean win for Baron Corbin. And he even beat him up after the match was over. So he just really is going after Finn. So maybe next week. I think they have 3 weeks until SummerSlam. So maybe Constable Baron Corbin could be the one to finally bring the Demon back out of Finn. Or maybe that gimmick is just sailed. Maybe that ship has sailed. It sailed away with Kairi Sane. It said ahoy, and it just sailed off, and we'll never see the Demon again. I don't know. but I really hope that we do, because it's an awesome gimmick. Vince doesn't. I think Vince doesn't like the demon gimmick. Wait a minute. We talked to Vince earlier about this, and I didn't really get. Actually, I think I did get kind of an answer out of him. Let's talk to him. Let's see. Hey Vince. Yeah, no, I'm doing a review of what you just okayed as Raw. All right. So anyway, all right. Is the pumpkin you saying that that's going to be the only time that we see the demon out of Finn Balor? Does it have to be Pumpkin Finn, and does it have to be around Halloween? Are you saving the demon for a possible Halloween Havoc comeback? These are the hard-hitting questions. You're not going to answer any of these questions. Oh, you don't know? How do you not know? It's only a couple months away. Oh, okay. All right. Well, apparently he doesn't know yet, guys. All right. Well, always good to have you on the show, Vince. You want to be on the nitty gritty this week? That'd be cool. All right. Well, I'll get back to you. Thanks. Anyway. All right. So apparently we're never going to see the demon again unless it's Halloween and Halloween Havoc comes back, and Finn has to be the Pumpkin Finn. It's got to be Pumpkin Demon Finn. Okay. Cool. Now we know, guys. See. This is why you watch me, because I get you guys the down and dirty, the nitty to the gritty. Next up, we got Alicia Fox versus Natalya. I was so happy to see Alicia Fox back on TV. You could tell there were some stutters in her step, but she's back out there now, and she's wrestling against one of the best women athletes that WWE has currently. Natalya definitely knows her way around the ring. She can be a little corny at times, but tonight it was okay. Alicia Fox had Alexa Bliss in her corner for some reason. I guess they're best friends now. Maybe because their names both start with an A and an L. They somehow, and they have an X in their name. I don't know. That's why they like each other now. And Natalya was out here with Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey actually got an entrance like she was going to be in the match, and she kind of did get involved, but it was an okay back and forth between Alicia Fox and Natalya. Natalya got a little bit too close to the bad side of the ring where Alexa Bliss was hanging out, and Alexa Bliss clocks her with a super duper hot one while Ronda Rousey was while the ref was distracted, and then Alicia Fox came with the biggest big boot. She's got such long legs. This big boot was like. It was like a big boot on one of those like pole vaults. You know the poles that you used to go pole vaulting in the Olympics? It's like a boot on the end of a pole vault stick. This big boot came from halfway across the ring to take out Natalya, and that was game over. 1, 2, 3. Alicia Fox wins, but then you see Ronda Rousey taking off her jacket. She can't. She's like, oh, that's it. You mess with my friend. I'm coming after you. What's up, Nobodyman? That's my friend. I'm coming after you. So she takes off her jacket. She runs around the ring to go after Alexa Bliss. She chases Alexa Bliss down. Alicia Fox gets involved. Alicia Fox, Ronda Rousey lifts up Alicia Fox onto her shoulders and hits her with that swinging Samoan drop thingy, the roundhouse drop we call it, the roundhouse drop. Smashes Alicia Fox with the roundhouse drop, and then goes out after Alexa Bliss. Somehow, within maybe 5-6 seconds, Alicia Fox, sorry, they're such similar names. Alicia Fox is back on the outside and grabs Ronda Rousey and throws her into the barricade. So I'm confused at this point, because I was thinking that Ronda Rousey is supposed to be like the most lethal, destructive opponent on the women's division, and somehow Alicia Fox, after wrestling a full match against Natalya, gets hit with Ronda Rousey's signature or finisher, whichever one you think it is, and 5 seconds later she's on the outside again, and she actually wins the exchange with Ronda Rousey. She destroyed Ronda Rousey. She threw her into the barricade. Then she threw her to another barricade. She left Ronda Rousey laying, and her and Alexa Bliss just scurried off. Literally, Alicia Fox destroyed Ronda Rousey and took her signature and got up within like 5 seconds. Could this be? Somebody said that Alicia Fox's power level is over 9,000, and I agree with it. I actually agree with that. Who was it? I think it was Sabroon. Sabroon said that her power level's over 9,000. And it might just be, man. It might just be. Maybe this is where they're... This is the push. This is Alicia Fox's push, and they're going to make her the baddest woman on the planet. And next week, Alicia Fox actually gets a match, one-on-one with Ronda Rousey. It is Ronda Rousey's first ever Monday Night Raw match coming up next week, so that'll be a definite tune-in for me. I got to see what happens there. But man, what a confusing situation. I don't think anybody should be taking Ronda Rousey's signature and getting up in 5 seconds. I mean, maybe you could kick out. Maybe you could kick out, but you shouldn't be walking around and able to destroy her afterwards. But it did happen. So, after that match, which, like I said, Alicia Fox won that match, and now she's going to fight Ronda Rousey next week. After that, we got Elias. Elias is in the ring. He's playing his song. He's talking about how he actually talked trash about The Rock, and he talked trash about Bobby Lashley interrupting his performance. He talked trash about Pitbull. He's like, this town, dude, you guys like Pitbull, and then he also was like, I would have beat Drake on the Billboard charts if I wouldn't have kept getting interrupted. And then Bobby Lashley comes out, and I don't know if Bobby Lashley is supposed to be like an idiot or something, if his character is idiot. Fox's overall hit will be a 90 in 2K19. Yeah, no, it should be like a 95. Alicia Fox, 95 in 2K19, dude. Everybody's gonna be trying to pick her. So, Bobby Lashley gets in the ring with Elias, and Elias is like, "Hey, you're gonna do a song with me right now." And Bobby Lashley's like, "No, I don't wanna." And Elias is like, "No, you're doing a song with me." And he convinces Bobby Lashley to take the mic and sing a song. And I'm thinking Bobby Lashley's just gonna like lure him into a false sense of security and clock him a good one, clock him a hot one right there. But guess what happens? apparently, Bobby Lashley is supposed to be some sort of weird. I don't want to call him an idiot. I'm not calling him an idiot. I'm saying he's supposed to be an idiot. Okay, maybe that's the character they have him playing, because he actually takes the mic and starts singing "Rockin' Robin" while he's walking around the ring, and then Elias just jumps him from behind. Elias is still playing the song. He jumps him from behind, takes him out, but Bobby Lashley somehow turns the tables a little bit and wins the segment. But he did not win the segment. The same thing happened with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was like, "Oh, do this obstacle course," and Bobby Lashley was like, "Okay, I'll do it," and then he just gets jumped while he's doing it. Is this his character? Like, he's got his eyes on the prize. He's gonna beat Brock Lesnar, but all Brock Lesnar has to do is like take out his keys and start wiggling him around and jingling his keys like you do with a baby. This is all that Brock Lesnar would have to do to beat. All Brock Lesnar would have to do to beat Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. If he would have beat Roman Reigns last week and secured the #1 contendership, this is all it would have taken. This is a literal full match. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a spoiler alert. This is what would have happened if Brock Lesnar fought Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam. Oh my goodness, Brock Lesnar is here. It's the Beast. Oh, he comes in. Bobby Lashley comes out. Okay, cool. Ding, ding, ding. What? Wait a minute. Brock's reaching in his pocket. What's he got? He's got keys. Bobby Lashley is mesmerized with a smile on his face. F5. 1, 2, 3. Sit down. Give me my Universal title. I'm going home for the next 5 months. Thanks a lot, Bobby Lashley. Keep your eyes on the prize next time. Bobby Lashley, I'm glad Roman's in the main event. I'm glad Roman is fighting Brock Lesnar, because at least he can keep his eyes on the prize for a second. Jeez, man. That's all Brock would have to do. Take out your keys, jingle them around, and then F5 the heck out of Bobby Lashley. Game over. So I don't know, but maybe Bobby Lashley's gonna fight against Elias at SummerSlam. I don't know about that match. It'll probably be all right, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. So anyway, on to the next match, or on to the next scene that happened. Nice little duet between Bobby Lashley and Elias. Goodness gracious. All right, so then we got Braun Strowman versus Jinder Mahal. And I must say, man, it's nice to see Jinder Mahal on TV again. He came out with like 52 scarves on. You think they want Lesnar to be a dual sport champion? Maybe, man. You might be right about that, but It's a little while from now. It's a little while from now until he's going to fight in the UFC, so they'd have to keep that belt on him. I think people will check out from the product, honestly. We'll have to see how they can keep it interesting. But Jinder Mahal takes on Braun Strowman, and pretty much right as the match actually started, Jinder Mahal got pushed down. Braun had his eyes on Jinder, and then you see Kevin Owens creeping in the background because he stole the Money in the Bank briefcase. He stole it, and he ran around the whole place, the whole ring to get away from Braun, and then he ran up the ramp backstage, and Braun gets counted out because he's running after Kevin Owens. He got that Bobby Lashley syndrome. No eyes on the prize. I don't think you actually have to like have that particular briefcase. I'm sure the WWE could give you a new one, Braun. Anyway, he got Bobby Lashley syndrome. He took his eyes off the prize, and Jinder Mahal picks up the countout victory against Braun Strowman on Monday Night Raw. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, let's move on. Another I don't know what's happening event. Titus Worldwide comes out. The Authors of Pain come out, and it's a one-on-one match between Apollo Crews and Akam, and Apollo wins in like very little time. Apollo just straight up wins. Like there was no outside interference. Titus didn't trip somebody up or nothing happened. Literally, Apollo just beat Akam. And this is, it's not that I don't believe in Apollo. Okay, I think Apollo is one of the most criminally underutilized, underpushed, under just thought of athletes that the WWE has. The guy is money. He's got a money look. He's got so much athleticism, his strength, everything. It's just off the charts, man. His everything is off the charts, except for maybe his like promo work. But how are you supposed to get better at promos when you never get to be never on the show? So I just honestly, I'm not upset that Apollo got this win. I'm upset that and upset is even a strong word because I honestly I'm a little bit more like on the indifferent side where I'm just like, okay, what the heck is going on, dude? They brought up one of the most dominant tag teams. You think that Vince McMahon would be all over this team because they're huge. They kind of harken back to older day of just super dominant, brutal tag team wrestlers. But no, it's just Akam and Razor, the Ninja Turtle villains. They just, I don't know, man. They're just not. They're not getting it right. I don't know, but maybe they have a plan. I'm not going to be too hard on this situation. Good stuff for Apollo Crews getting a win on Monday Night Raw. I think that's awesome. But jeez, man, the way he won and just there was no cheating involved. There was no weird circumstances. He just literally just rolled him up and held him there. That was it. So you guys go. Then we got Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler came out looking like Miley Cyrus's dad, like 100%. 100%. He looked like Miley Cyrus's dad so much, man. What can we call him? Dolph Cyrus? Dolph Cyrus. Dolph Cyrus or... yeah, Dolph Cyrus sounds good. I like it. Dolph Cyrus. Either way, you know what was going to happen. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre are going to wrestle a great match. Something that should be the main event on any show, any pay-per-view. These two are just monsters of wrestling. Drew McIntyre looks like $1.5 million. He wrestles like $2.5 million. Seth Rollins, he just keeps everything legit. And then right when he's about to win with the curb stomp, he actually curb stomps Drew McIntyre after a pretty knockdown, drag-out battle. The battle started with Seth Rollins being placed under the ring, halfway under the ring, and Drew McIntyre goes for the slingshot and slingshots Seth's throat into the under metal part of the apron. And then they go to commercial, and then they come back from commercial, and Seth's like pretty much okay. This is where I need them to really start considering where they're putting commercials at. It's not just okay to put a commercial in after Michael Cole says, and we're here live at Monday Night Raw, coming back, and then they go to commercial. It's not just okay to do it because Michael Cole sent you out correctly. You got to figure out where in the match you're putting these things, because if you put a commercial when someone just got destroyed, like literally a spot you do not see on Monday Night Raw? When's the last time you saw somebody get slingshotted into the undercarriage of the ring besides Titus O'Neil? When's the last time you seen somebody get that spot? Like, that's devastation, you know? But guess what? You come back and it's like Seth's pretty much all right. There's like a big gap in the action. There's a big gap in the ebb and flow of the match. It's like you see somebody just catch an F5 and they go to commercial, and then the next thing you see, Brock Lesnar's getting pinned. You're like, what happened? Can I know what happened, please? I'm trying to watch a match here between two of the best athletes you got, man. Put the commercial somewhere else. This commercial was ridiculous. So they come back, and it's like, okay, I guess Seth's all right now. And Seth was more than all right because, like I said, he was going to get the win. He picked up the curb stomp on Drew McIntyre a little later on in the match, of course. But then as soon as Dolph saw this, you see Dolph fly in the ring and just smash Seth in the back and get the disqualification win. Seth gets the disqualification win because Drew McIntyre wasn't the person getting attacked. And then Seth just beats them both up. Literally, Seth just beats up Dolph, and Drew is still down, which was awesome because I did not want Drew getting back involved. He just caught the curb stomp. We're not pulling an Alicia Fox here, okay? Drew caught the curb stomp, so Drew was out of commission during this post-match assault situation, which is good. That's how it should be, man. If you catch somebody's finisher or signature, you shouldn't be hopping back up like, I'm better now. It should take a second, you know? Seth just beats up Dolph and leaves. I was like, what's the point here? What's going on? And it gets worse. This situation gets worse because later on in the night, Seth Rollins is backstage. I'm just going to say it now because I know I'll forget if I don't bring it up. Seth Rollins is backstage, and he's doing an interview, and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre just jump him and beat the crap out of him. So maybe next week, Seth will get a legitimate win. It was going to be legitimate, but you know what I'm talking about. Just ridiculous. Slitus O'Neil, yep. Put ads and the match on like SmackDown does. Yeah, that's weird. You would think that they would do it the other way around. You would think that because they know Raw is going to be the higher rated show, because Raw pulls more numbers than SmackDown, guys. I'm sorry to say, but SmackDown's great. A lot of weeks it gets a very good viewership. I'm not saying it's not good, but you would think they would do the picture-in-picture for Raw, and then the non-picture-in-picture for SmackDown. Like, why is it the other way around? Maybe like premium advertisements or the ones with no picture-in-picture. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's some sort of weird boardroom meeting that they had and said, yeah, let's do it. So I don't know, man. It would be good to have a little picture-in-picture for Raw every now and then, especially for competitive matches like this one. I can understand going for a commercial break when you have two athletes on the screen that really aren't involved in storylines or title feuds or anything like that. I can understand going to commercial and coming back a little bit later, but for matches like this where it's Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, literally a main event at any show, maybe show us the match. That'd be a good thing to do, I think. Maybe show us the match. It's just my 2 cents, though. What do I know? So they beat him down backstage. Then we go backstage. Oh my goodness! All right, so we go backstage, and like I said, the reoccurring theme here is that Brock Lesnar is backstage on the couch reading a magazine, and so him and Paul Heyman have themselves a little exchange here. I'm gonna let you guys hear what was said. Brock did a really good job of playing up the heel angle. Not going to say anything bad about Brock's performance tonight. Brock's performance was A+. I just didn't really like what was there, but yeah. So this is what happened. Brock is reading the Backwoodsman magazine. In comes Paul Heyman.
Tell me you heard what Roman Reigns said about you.
Obviously I didn't, Paul. I don't watch the show, Paul. Why would I watch the show?
You need to hear and see what Roman Reigns said about you. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Look at this. Look at this. Here.
Gives him his cell phone.
Just press in my code. 00741.
That one right there?
Yes.
Throws his phone across the room and smashes it. Brock Lesnar doesn't care at all. And then he sits back down and reads his
He's
magazine.
under contractual obligation to appear. My client fulfilled.
Now
his
it's
contractual
Kurt Angle
obligation
and
the
Paul
moment
Heyman.
he walked into this arena. Now, Mr. Angle, with all due respect, if you want more from Brock Lesnar, his locker room's right down the hallway. Go get more from Brock Lesnar. This is not my problem. This is your problem.
How about this, Mr. Heyman? This isn't my problem. It's your problem. You may be Brock Lesnar's advocate, but you're under contract with the WWE, a contract that I control. So if Brock Lesnar doesn't end up in that ring tonight, your contract is terminated. Say goodbye to the WWE.
Yup.
Really?
You'll be fired. Paul Heyman will be fired if Brock Lesnar does not get in the ring tonight. So Paul Heyman sulks his way over.
Allow me
Back to
just
Brock.
one thought. A total reverse of concept. I think tonight, Brock Lesnar does go out to the ring. And I'll tell you why. First of all, think of all the t-shirts that will sell. It's just more money in your pocket. And the subscriptions that will drive to the WWE Network, which makes your appearance at SummerSlam even more valuable. And while you're out there, you can promote the fact that you are going to be a two-time undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world. Brock, what an opportunity. I was out there tonight. I felt the love. The affirmation for Brock Lesnar was overwhelming. If you go out there tonight to the ring, even for just a few minutes, I'm telling
Second
you,
City.
Miami is going to give Brock Lesnar the conquering hero's welcome that only he deserves.
You have no idea how under my skin you are getting right now. I don't give a crap about the WWE Universe. In fact, I don't give a crap if I'm here right now, Paul. I'd much rather be at home on my couch in my house. Now, why don't you go do something like get me a steak, medium well, baked potato, steamed broccoli. Get out of here, please. Beat it.
I like it. I like it. Steak,
Hi,
baked
Stephanie.
potato, broccoli. Now we're back with
Stephanie,
Kurt Angle
You know how this will look,
and
right?
Baron Corbin.
Our fans on Raw are going to be very disappointed. Yes, I know you don't care. Yeah, I know you're just trying to protect the main event at SummerSlam. I get it. There has to be some other way. I understand. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh my goodness. So there you go. There you have it. That was up until the point where Stephanie McMahon had talked to Kurt Angle on the phone and said that there is something that must be done to ensure the show will go on, and you could just tell by Kurt Angle's face that he didn't like what was said. He didn't like what was going to happen here, but he had to do it. He had to do it. Next up, we got the B Team. B Team came out and had an interview with Charlie Caruso. Charlie was definitely doing the dang thing out here. Watching over the chat like Spawn. Okay, thank you, Second City. Thank you. Thanks for being here, man. Though, thank you. We always need a Spawn, a watchful protector. B Team comes out. We get the blah 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 thing that that the Bray Wyatt and Deleter of Worlds do, and they appear behind them in the ring after the lights go out. They're talking it out, and then the Revival comes out, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, let's get the Revival in the title picture. I like this. Revival is one of the best tag teams in the world today. So epic, such a great tag team. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. And then we go to commercial. We come back from commercial, and it turns into a tag match. Like, I think this could have been the part where they could have cut. They could have cut this match out and just had a good exchange. And normally I want to see matches, okay? Normally I would want to see matches, but the only thing that this got across is just Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt losing, okay? Because they lost this match. Yes, the Revival won with the Shatter Machine. After Dash Wilder reverses, he actually found his way out of the Sister Abigail by just grabbing... Who would have known? All the people who've lost to the Sister Abigail, all you had to do was just grab a handful of Bray's hair, and that gets you out of it automatically. He can't do the Sister Abigail if you just grab his hair a little bit. That's what Dash did, and Bray Wyatt immediately let him go, and then a little bit of weirdness ensues, and then Shatter Machine, game over, 1, 2, 3. Scott Dawson gets the pin on Bray Wyatt, and that's it. So the Deleter of Worlds already, like, were down a notch. In my book, they've been not... Their tag team run was not handled well. Their gimmicks have not been handled very well together. It could have been epic. So they were already like a step down. Then they lost to the B team, so that's another step down. And then they lose to the Revival. Like, when they came out to confront the B team, like, they weren't even supposed to be out there to fight the Revival. It made no sense, and this was just one of those parts that I think they could have cut the whole match out, and it would have made more sense. The match made it not make sense, and it just took the Deleter of Worlds down another notch. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to break those two up, but man, this is one of the Deleter of Worlds is one of those things that you're going to look back on. We're all going to look back on, no matter, I don't know how many times that Bray Wyatt is going to become world champion or intercontinental champion or United States champion or tag team champion. We're going to look back on his whole career and be like, oh, remember when he teamed up with Matt Hardy? Yeah. Like, it should be something incredible, but it's just another thing. Yeah, they're losing streak. Exactly. What's going on? What is going on? I don't know. But hey, what you gonna do? Then we got something, honestly, I'm not even gonna say anything about it. So anyway, alright, so the Riot Squad comes out. They have a match against Sasha Banks and Bayley. The bestest friends of all time now, and I liked Corey Graves' line when they first came out because he was like, I don't know about this. I still don't. I'm still. What did he say? I'm still like. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was basically to the tune of that he doesn't believe in this partnership, and he's watching it with a very skeptical eye. I'm skeptical. I think that's what he was saying. Skeptical. Sasha Banks. Just weird miscommunication in this match. It wasn't a bad match altogether, and Sasha Banks did some really good stuff as the match went further. Just an utter lack of intensity between these two tag teams, and I was just watching it like, okay, just keep going, come on. And Bayley turns out to be like the most intense part of the match, which normally is not the way it is. You know, you would think that any one of these other athletes would be the most intense, because Liv Morgan, she's small, so she's got to be feisty. You know, she's got to have that like Napoleon complex, like like a Chihuahua. You know, I'm so small, so I got to be twice as fierce. Sarah Logan, who, like, honestly, I like her in-ring work, but she's gotta get some definite steps up to be like even mid-card potential at this point, based on the matches she's put together and where they put her. So you would think she would come out super intense, you know, just throwing herself into every move and doing the best she can to sell everything perfectly and just really cement her spot on the roster. So you would think Liv Morgan should be the most feisty. Sarah Logan should be the most feisty. Sasha Banks should be the most feisty. After what you've seen from her, and now she's finally admitted her feelings, maybe she should be more free. But out of everybody, Bayley was the one who was the most intense, who actually came out and delivered some shots that looked like they had some oomph behind them, took some punishment a little bit here and there, and the ending of this match was really cool. Sasha Banks hits the bank statement, the backstabber. It's not the whole bank statement because she didn't roll her into the submission maneuver, but backstabs the opponent, and then Bayley grabs the opponent out of the backstabber and hits it with a Bayley to belly for the pin for the 1-2-3. I loved the finish of this match. I did not even consider them doing a tag team finisher, so that looked cool, and it definitely ended the match on a high note. But it was just weird that Bayley would be the one who was just the most intense in this match. Altogether, though, the match turned out all right. It started out kind of lackluster, but I'm glad they pulled it together. They did something cool. Sarah Logan, who no, I'm not trying to diss her. It's just booking wise and her overall match quality. It's not been must see. I will say that it's not been must see. But I have a good feeling about her in the future. She could be. As far as I'm concerned, I think she could be kind of like a Jinder Mahal type of story, like somebody who was part of a group and then WWE just decides, let's just go with her, let's just do it. And then I think she could definitely become something more in the women's division, but they got to believe in her, and she's got to step it up a couple notches. Oh my goodness, dude! All right, so we talked about Kurt Angle getting that phone call from Stephanie McMahon. And you could just see the look on his face. He's like, there's got to be some other way. Come on, Steph. We can't do this. But this is where we find out what Stephanie McMahon told Kurt Angle.
Stephanie McMahon, she called me earlier tonight. And since we're going to have
Kurt Angle backstage with Roman Reigns.
He's scheduled to be here tonight. Stephanie asked me to remove you from the building.
I don't care what Stephanie said. Where's Stephanie at?
Yeah, but Roman, you're going to lose your championship opportunity at SummerSlam.
This is some good acting from
When's
Roman right here.
Stop, man? How long are we going to do this for? I understand the pressures that are on you. I know where you're coming from, but you've been in my shoes.
Yeah.
You've been in this position.
Yes.
You're a dog. You're an Olympic champion. I understand all these different angles of how they're putting the pressure on you, but the fact is, you're not a yes man.
Officers.
What is this?
Baron Corbin calls it the officers. I must say, I gotta pause this for a second. This was the moment. Okay, this was the moment where I knew they were doing something right with Roman. Okay. Because it's no secret, okay? It's no secret. It's not even a matter of like, oh, it's certain people's opinions. Roman Reigns has been pushed all kinds of weird all over the place, okay? His push has not been conventional, we should say. And a lot of people have fallen out of love with the big dog. A lot of people have stopped being so high on his character, being so supportive of his matches. A lot of people have kind of lost some of that. The crowds are booing him, all this stuff. Like it's not all his fault. Some of it is definitely his fault because his delivery is kind of wacky sometimes, but it's a lot of just how he's been pushed. This was the moment. The way he delivered these lines, it was so natural. It just sounded like Roman Reigns talking to someone. It didn't sound like him being like, and you better believe that because I'm the big dog and oh, who's that fool? And, like, no, it was just him backstage. Like, he stands up. Kurt Angle tells him he's got to leave the building. Roman's like, I don't care what Stephanie says. Where's Stephanie? And he's like, and then Kurt Angle's like, you're going to lose your championship opportunity. And that smug, where's Stephanie at? I don't care. I don't care what she said. That smug and that defiance just melts off of his face. And you see him actually show concern for what Kurt just said. He's playing off of Kurt. They're actually having a really good back and forth segment. And Kurt is actually acting like the guy who is, he's reluctant. He's sad because he's got to be a yes man because he needs this job, but he doesn't have to say it. You could see it in his face. Show me, don't tell me. Both of these guys did it perfectly. This segment was super money, super duper money, and I know I talk about the lack of attention to detail in the WWE, but this was one of those times where they did it just right, man. They didn't overdo it, underdo it. They didn't undercook. I know Monday Night Raw, a lot of times it's undercooked. It's raw. It's like the steak that I want, not the steak that Adam Bomb wants. He wants it cooked. He doesn't like it bloody. Apparently, Brock is the same. Apparently, a lot of people are the same because my opinion on steak is not too popular. But raw sometimes it's undercooked. This was perfectly cooked, seared up, seasoned perfectly. The big dog backstage. He called Kurt Angle a dog too. You see that? He showed respect for what Kurt Angle has done. I just loved it so much. So anyway, let's continue. Baron Corbin is right behind Kurt Angle, and he calls in the police officers. Police come in, and they honestly look like half the size of Roman Reigns. They look like they come up to like his chest, and they look like fans too. These cops walk in, and they look like happy to be here.
Is this really necessary? Really?
They start escorting Roman out. He walks past Baron, and Baron's just smiling. Roman turns around. Roman socks him so hard. Oh my goodness. Roman socks Baron Corbin so hard that the next Baron wannabe is going to feel it. Oh my goodness, dude. The punch was legitimately probably like one of the hardest punches that that Baron has felt in his life. And Baron, keep in mind, Baron is a Golden Gloves boxing champion, a multiple-time Golden Gloves boxing champion. So he actually has been in the ring and taken punches. But that punch, I guarantee you, that was realistic. They probably were just like, "Yo, Baron, can you take a punch from Roman?" He's like, "Yeah." I don't think he signed up for that type of punch. And that was the best punch I've ever seen Roman throw. This thing had all of the just malice, because he turned around and he saw Baron Corbin just smiling at him getting escorted out, and he just clocked him a hot one. And that was the moment, guys. That entire segment, it took them what, 3 years to try to of trying and just pushing Roman to just try to get him to be accepted by all the fans. But in this minute and like 50 seconds of this segment, and what happens at the end of Raw here, they did something that I did not think would be possible, and that's getting people to actually not, of course, everybody's different. So there are some people who are just cool with Roman, and I'm cool with Roman. I love Roman, but within like a good 3 minutes of Monday Night Raw, they did more for Roman Reigns than I've seen them do in the last like at least a couple months, man. They did a great job here. Better not half bake my potato. Oh no. Oh no. You guys are so out there with these jokes. Well done segment. Yes, for sure. So, then we get I think that's it. I think that's all the matches there were. This was a very, if that's all the matches, this is a very matchless Raw. Hang on a second. Let me check. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Okay, so then we get to the last part of this Monday Night Raw, where it is Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin walk down to the ring, and they're just getting ready to basically tell Brock to get out here or fire Paul Heyman. So they're out there. Paul Heyman comes down to the ring, and gosh, I wonder if this exists. Paul Heyman comes down to the ring, and Kurt Angle's like, "You know what? I think that Brock Lesnar," he's like, "You know what champions do? Champions come out here. Champions actually defend their title. Champions do charity work, and they just basically do all these things to actually show up." And Paul Heyman's like, "You think I'm going to argue with you? I'm not going to argue with you. I tried to mold Brock Lesnar into the champion like you, Kurt Angle, but he does what he wants. He does whatever he wants. I can't do anything like that. And so he's like, if you want to take anything out on me, take it out on Brock. Don't take it out on me. I tried my hardest. Which is, I mean, basically, Kurt Angle says he's full of crap. So they fire Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman gets fired. He says, you're terminated. Right then, Brock Lesnar's music comes on. Brock Lesnar comes out. Everybody in the arena, you could just feel, honestly, I could feel the arena change. I could actually feel the way that people were cheering, the way that people were looking on. It's like they really got. They really got because everybody was seemingly thinking that Brock wasn't going to come out. But as soon as he came out, it was like, oh. So Brock makes his way down to the ring. He puts his belt on Paul Heyman and walks up to Kurt Angle. He walks up to Kurt Angle and, let's see, do I have this? Some of the faces that Kurt Angle makes are so funny. Yep. Okay, so he gets fired. But I guess he's not fired because Brock Lesnar interrupted at just the right time or something. So Brock comes down to the ring. Gets in the face of Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin.
Do you got a problem with me?
Got a problem with me?
Do you got a problem with me?
Steps up to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin still got the look on his... Grabs Kurt Angle. F5's Kurt Angle. Baron Corbin backs all the way up. And Paul Heyman is laughing.
Corbin wisely stepping out of harm's way. I don't even think the Constable's safe from the Universal Champion. Brock Lesnar has been in a mood all night.
I guess that was a rhetorical question.
So apparently Brock put down the magazine. He did not come out with the magazine, guys. I was expecting that magazine to be under the belt or something. So Paul Heyman's laughing. Brock Lesnar is laughing too.
Together, aren't they?
Brock Lesnar stops laughing and grabs Paul Heyman by the face. You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
I can't breathe. Brock, I can't breathe.
Can't breathe, Brock.
I can't breathe. Brock, I can't
And now
breathe.
listen. This is the moment where everything that they did in the last, like I said, just this maybe minute and a half right here between Brock, Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin, Paul Heyman, and the backstage part with Kurt Angle and Roman Reigns and the cops and Baron Corbin. Just these 3 minutes, listen to this crowd. We want Roman. We want Roman? Did you ever think you'd hear a Monday Night Raw going off the air with the whole crowd chanting, "We want Roman"? Honestly, Vince McMahon and Triple H and everybody backstage, you get a pass from me for tonight because you did something magical. Like, they literally reached into this. They reached into a hat. They reached all the way in and they pulled out a rabbit. They pulled out a Roman chant. Okay, that's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat. They pulled out a Roman chant. How can I do that? Can I visually do this? Let me see. No, that's Batman. Let's not do that. Oh, okay, here we go. They reached into the hat and they pulled out. Hang on. This is what they did. They reached into the hat and they pulled out Roman Reigns. They pulled out a Roman Superman punch of a victory at the end here for their agenda. Can they do it? Can they keep it up for the next 3 weeks? Probably not. I do not foresee them being able to continuously get this crowd to chant for Roman for the next 3 weeks up to SummerSlam. And they got to do it at SummerSlam too, man. I hope so badly that they're able to do it, because like I said, I love Roman Reigns, man, and I'd love to see him actually. I'd love to have that feeling like people are actually behind him when those Superman punches land and when the spears land and all that stuff. Like at WrestleMania 31 when he was actually sticking it to Brock and the crowd was going wild and Brock was losing his footing and everything, and you just thought it was going to be Roman's time, and then Seth cashed in. Well, forget the Seth part. I want that feeling again, man. I was incredibly hype when that was going on, man, and I think this is a good start. But man, they got a long road ahead of them. I thought they'd never do it. Exactly. We want Roman. WWE Monday Night Raw goes off the air in 2018 with the crowd united chanting, "We want Roman." Bravo, Shanti to all the writers backstage who actually pulled this off, and Shanti to freaking Roman Reigns and Kurt Angle, because without those two turning in the performance, and Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, just awesome. Like I said, I don't have any problem with Brock Lesnar's performance tonight. He did everything that was asked of him, and he did it very well. So man, that's how Monday Night Raw went off the air. I must say, if I'm rating this, which I am, out of 10, is this must see? Yes, it is. It's must see, because you're going to be wondering why people are cheering for Roman next week if you're there. You're going to be wondering, why is Ronda Rousey fighting Alicia Fox next week? You're going to be wondering, why is Finn Balor not smiling so big next week? Hopefully he's not smiling so big after the beatdown he got tonight. I hope he straightens up and demons out. There's just a lot of stuff that you're going to have missed. Why is the Revival in the title picture now? Why is Apollo Crews beating why is Apollo Crews beating the Authors of Pain? Why is he beating Akam? Dude, there's so much, like, what? If you didn't see this Raw, you're gonna wonder what the heck happened for sure. So in terms of must see, yes, it is a must see edition of Raw. In terms of wrestling, you just heard every wrestling match. Did that sound like there was a lot of wrestling on the show? There really wasn't much wrestling on the show. It was a lot of just talking. But they're setting up for SummerSlam, so I give them kind of a pass on the wrestling. But the best match that they had on the whole entire fight card got cut short because of disqualification with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. So wrestling wise, you didn't really miss much. Glad we got to see an F5. I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 7.6 maybe. Give it like a 7.6. It wasn't bad. I can't give it an 8 because there was just a utter lack of good wrestling on the show. Just very, very medium, middle of the road wrestling was going on. Storytelling was definitely the strong point of the show, and the fact that they got we want Roman chant. Maybe I'll give them like a 7.75 maybe, but not an 8. It was a good episode of Raw, but I'm not gonna let that hype deter me. They could definitely do better. It was awesome to see Brock on TV. It was awesome to see Ronda Rousey out here. I'm glad that next week we got a couple of good things set up so far. And man, they got a long road to SummerSlam, but this is a good way to start paving it for Roman Reigns to actually be something good. Be something good for them cheer wise and main event wise. My goodness. All right, so this is the point where I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, what was your overall rating for Monday Night Raw tonight? I want to see where you guys were at. Let's see. Amanda Jordan says 6.222. All the 2s. All the 2s out of 10s. Oh my goodness. 6.222. I could see that. I could see that. 6 is low, but I do understand where you could get it. You didn't hear the Paul Heyman sucks part? Oh yeah, they were when Paul Heyman was about to get fired, the crowd was actually chanting na 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 hey goodbye. I was like, what the heck, guys? Are you getting Paul Heyman confused with Brock Lesnar? Because I think you're chanting the wrong stuff. What Paul? I mean, Paul Heyman has been a sniveling little dude, but that's like his character, and if there's anybody who should be on the end of a pink slip right now, based off of their performance in the WWE, Paul Heyman's doing his job. He's supposed to be out there, be the hype man and the mouthpiece for the champion. What has he done? When's the last time he caused a disqualification or something, man? He normally just stays out of the matches. He just talks a lot of trash, which is his job. Why would you want someone fired who's literally like the best at doing his job in the WWE? He's one of the best mouthpieces there are. He can hang on the mic with anybody. Why are you chanting goodbye to one of the best mouthpieces when you need that? The WWE needs that right now. They have the talent is off the charts in the WWE right now, okay? You got AJ Styles, you got Shinsuke Nakamura, you got Randy Orton's back, even though people say he's kind of boring. I don't think so. I think he's just he's so silky smooth and clean with his stuff, it looks easy. It's not boring, it's just you're not looking at it right. Look at it right. You got even Roman Reigns is doing good stuff. Did I say Seth Rollins? Did I say Aleister Black? Did I say Tommaso Ciampa? Did I say Johnny Gargano? Did I say Velveteen Dream? Did I say Ricochet? Did I say Leo Rush? Did I say Cedric Alexander? Did I say Noam Dar? Did I say Drew Gulak? Did I say? I mean, it's off the freaking charts how much talent they have right now. I could literally just go on all night just naming people and telling you how good they are. The problem is not talent. You should not be saying nah, hey, goodbye to one of the guys who can legitimately entertain you with just a microphone. I did not like that part, but luckily they cleaned it up. I was like, what are you doing? Get rid of Paul Heyman. Yeah, sure, that's nice. That's just like the Authors of Pain getting rid of Paul Ellering. Good idea, right? Good idea. Let's just let some meatheads talk all night. That'll be entertaining, right? No. Stop it. Stop it. It's not nah, hey, goodbye to Paul Heyman. I'd be crying if he left. That's one of the people, like, honestly, if he gets fired or he leaves, that's going to suck. I might not cry, but I'll be very sad. Okay? I will write a strongly worded tweet to the WWE. SkullCrusherPrincess says 5.9 out of 10. I see you. Of course she's going to give it a 5 points. Adam Bomb with the 7.7. See, that's what I'm talking about. Adam Bomb's he's giving it the same type of thing. 7 out of 10 says Buck Nasty. 7.3 out of 10 says Miss Lala. 7.5 says Finish Hype King. I give Apollo a 3.1 out of 10. What? Apollo's epic. It's not his problem. Apollo is the feature. Okay, that should be his like his name should be Apollo the Feature Cruise. I think the feature should be his nickname. Oh yeah, Apollo. Yeah, Apollo's good, dude. Like I said, I could just go on all night. If I left out your feature superstars, I'm sorry guys, but you know what I mean. The problem is not talent. They have talent, abundant talent. The problem is personalities, promos, storylines. Wrestling is fine. They'll be able to they'll be able to back up any of these and make these matter more. But they first and foremost, man, it's sports entertainment. You gotta have the athletes and you gotta have the entertainment. Right now they have the athletes and the entertainment is the part where it's like, I give Raw 8.1. Okay, there you go. Cody Johnson says 7.5. I see you. Apollo the Feature Cruise. That sounds good to me. I like it. Well, there you guys have it. That's my Monday Night Raw review. I hope you guys had fun with it. Gosh, man. What do I want to do? Gosh, what do I want to do? I think I want to just chill. I think I want to chill and get some dinner and hit you guys with the saga tomorrow. I think the saga would be good. Yeah. I'm gonna get some dinner. I'm gonna get some more uploads going on. That way you guys can get your fix with the WWE content that I'm putting out. On top of that, we're gonna have ourselves the saga tomorrow after 205 Live, because I would really like to continue the experiment with 205 Live, see if people will tune in. Last week was very fun, so probably doing SmackDown Live and 205 Live right after, just like I did last week. There won't be a break in the broadcast; it'll just go together. And then we'll do the Saturday Saga on Tuesday. Well, it won't be the Saturday Saga; it'll just be the Saga. We'll do that. I would say Dana is the feature presentation. Maybe if they start pushing her. It was cool when she was a Charlotte, when she was just carrying Charlotte's bags, but now she's just out here being the statistician. Liv Morgan is the feature. Oh my goodness, you guys. So, drop some comments on my YouTube video, guys. I've uploaded 2 of them already. I'll probably have another one up after this broadcast is over. And also, leave a thumbs up, please. That would be awesome. I hope you enjoyed the Monday Night Raw Hangout. I hope to see you guys for SmackDown Live and 205 Live, and the after party on Twitch is going to be fantastic. What did not Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy said? He said something tonight that was so funny. Oh man, the way he said it. I wish I could find it. It doesn't exist. I gotta find it. Before I go, I gotta see this. What is it? He said something. He said, oh yeah, I think I might have found it. All right, hang on. This is gonna be stuck in my head. Oh, well, it's gonna be burning into my psyche if I can't figure out what he said. So let me try it. Let me try to find it real quick. He said something as soon as he came in the ring tonight that I gotta let you guys hear. If it's part of this, I hope it is. What did he say? Just the way he said it. All right, is this it?
Gentlemen, at the beginning of summer, you gave yourselves a new identity.
Ah, yes,
the
okay.
B team.
Hang on.
From our B teammates.
Bo Dallas is so awesome.
And then they turned their back on us, and they laid it.
What the heck?
You got your wish, champs.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Okay. Here he goes.
B team, your success is a cosmic anomaly.
Anomaly! That's what it was. Anomaly! Oh, anomaly! I love it so much. Oh, Matt Hardy, dude. That was the most entertaining part of that whole segment. but the B team are funny as heck. Oh my god. It's a cosmic anomaly! The way he said it was so funny. I don't know, guys. I just enjoy the WWE too much, I guess. So many people are probably looking at me right now like, Gritty, that ain't even funny. It's funny to me. All right, it's funny to me. I think this whole entire Monday Night Raw has been kind of an anomaly. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you've not already left a thumbs up, please leave one on the way out. And I'll see you guys next time. Gritty Urban and GRAPPLECHAT. Anomaly.